Yeah.
I'll take this whole couch.
Yeah.
Thank you both for being here. We are the final panel for the day, which is quite apt that it's about power, because that really is the backbone of a lot of the transformation and the growth that we need to see on the continent, and a working power system, right? Dan, I wanted to start with you because your company, Eskom, has been invoked a few times throughout the day here in a positive note, because Eskom was actually noted by S&P when they upgraded South Africa last week. And I want you to actually address sort of where you see South Africa's power situation right now. It's been a tough few years, but Eskom has actually made a profit recently. What would you say right now is the state of the power situation here?
Yeah. Look, thank you very much, Jennifer. I think all those who are in South Africa in the last 3 years will know that we've had debilitating power cuts in 2023, 2024 financial year. In fact, that was the height of our load shedding, very chronic and frequent load shedding. We, as a business, focused on an operational turnaround that we said was going to take 2 years. We, conceptualized that within the Generation Recovery Plan. We embarked on a very disciplined execution thereof, of course, within the ambit of the NECOM processes and support from private sector players, as assembled by the President. Yep. Initially, we said that there'll be some short-term gains, short-term pains for long-term gains. And in the previous financial year, ended March 2025, we really started seeing good results from an operational performance perspective. Uptime of 97, 98% in terms of electricity supply. As we speak, the run rate is still at the same level. Good performance operationally means that your cost compression in as far as primary energy is concerned is very good, and you can see that translating to your P&L. And hence we are able to show the profit at the level of 16 billion rands that we did last financial year. We've just gone out now to give an indication that in the next week or so we'll give our interim results. It's important for us to sustain that momentum. It's a crucial base point for us to really start dealing with the financial position of the organization, because we have many things to do. Part of those being, addressing the reforms, setting the business up for competing in a reformed environment, and hence we need to be financially sustainable on our own. The National Treasury intervention is coming to an end, and we need to be able to fend for ourselves. Yeah.
Wait, how much of that has to do with the unbundling of really what we've seen with Eskom and the different parts of the business?
Look, unbundling is going to enable us to facilitate the reforms of the industry, and NTCSA is a leader in that space. But unbundling is also going to allow us to reposition our business units and make them more focused on their core competencies and the areas of the value chain that they focus on, and modernize themselves. So there's a lot of effort in that space. So unbundling deals with the 3 line divisions of our value chain, but our strategy implementation has also made us to take a decision to set up Eskom Green, which is really going to be a vanguard in as far as participation in the renewables energy is concerned, because that's really the area that is going to see growth in as far as the contribution in the energy mix is concerned. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Dr. Chen, please weigh in on how Africa is an important part of Power China's business, maybe in the renewable space as well.
Thank you, Jennifer. Africa is our second hometown, because Power China began our overseas business since 1962. I do believe most of the guys here are younger than 1963. Huh? So we have developing business in Africa continent for more than 6 years. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good, but we are always here. So from the view of the sustainability, Africa market is one of our most important region for the overseas business. And in 1962, we built the hydropower station in Guinea, named as the King Kong hydropower stations. And then we delivered lots of hydropower stations, gas-fired power plants, and in the recent 15 years, we delivered more renewables, including wind and solar and energy battery. And more than 10 years ago, we delivered the largest wind farm in Southeast Africa, in Ethiopia, Adama wind farm. I was the project manager. And now we have business in 50 African countries, nearly all countries. I do believe in the coming 5 years, maybe we have business in each country. So it's very important for Power China. In terms of the business size or turnover or revenue, our business in Africa account for around 30% of our whole overseas business revenue. I hope through our hard work or support from all our friends, after 5 years, in our Chinese way, we say a 5 years plan. After 5 years, till the end of 2030, we hope the business can reach maybe 40 or 45%.
So more projects are
Yes.
planned.
Yes.
Any you can share with us right now?
Right now, we are building some hydropower stations in Africa, also including in Uganda, also wind and solar. Now, maybe mentioned here, South Africa. Now we have ongoing projects for the renewable energy with a contract value around $3.5 billion here, including the solar PV project, also the first CSP project, the Redstone, is delivered by us. Also, we delivered the first one in Morocco many years ago, North 2 and North 3. And also, we, under the support from our partner, also including Eskom, now we developed advanced technology renewables here. For example, in Oya. Oya is a very challenging renewable projects. Generally, the renewable projects, including wind and solar or battery, they are just physically connected to the grid. But for Oya, we work together with Engie, with Eskom. They have to yield the stable energy to the grid. We have to regulate the wind and the solar and the battery. Depends on the dispatch from the grid, and it depends on the winter conditions.
Right.
So we keep, because from the most cases, the wind and the solar, we suffering the unstable energy output from wind because of the wind speed or solar radiation is not stable. But through the advanced technology, we yield stable energy. I think this is a pilot project, not only in Africa, South Africa,
right,
but also in the world, because
right.
we have ongoing projects in 139 countries outside China.
Right.
This is the first one for the hybrid renewable energy projects. That's a good case.
Well, and you called it a partnership between the two of you, which, Dan, brings me to you, because if we look at South Africa's power, about 18% is being produced by private producers. I wonder where you think that positions Eskom in the future? Are we seeing some of these, I don't want to pit the two of you against each other, but I mean, are some of these private power producers potentially a threat to the viability and sustainability of Eskom in the future?
Yeah, look, Jennifer, I think one of the things that, one of the good things to happen to us as a country was the adoption of the Integrated Resource Plan 2025, because it maps out the pathway in terms of energy security, and within that, it deals with the energy mix that we as a country should aspire for as part of our emissions reductions going forth. Naturally, it means the incumbent, who's producing 80% of the power from coal at the moment, will have a declining component of the mixture going forth. But what is important to note here is that you're really having an increase, a growth in the demand, and so the proportion of coal will naturally be smaller as we bring in more and more of renewables. The renewable space is a space that Eskom is also able to play in. Eskom actually, as a matter of fact, had a business plan for this back in 2011. It was shareholder decisions that actually got Eskom out of it. It is for that reason that Eskom's Serra wind farm, 100 megawatts wind farm, is the oldest, largest wind farm that's running in the country. But after that, the momentum was lost. What are we doing now? The formation of Eskom Green, and in the next 2 weeks or so, we should be able to make some concrete announcement in as far as this renewable business unit called Eskom Green that will enable Eskom to increase rapidly its component of renewable generation in partnership with others. We're really going to be crowding in others for the purpose of leveraging their balance sheet, but also crowding in some skills. There's some unique skill sets that's required in that space. Is a cutthroat business. You require expertise. You want to avoid paying school fees that others have paid, as Dr. Chen has just explained. And we'll really be seeking partnerships to close the gap, both from a funding perspective and also from a technology access point of view. Yeah.
Do you think you've been in the role for, just over a year and a half, I believe?
Just under 2 years. Yeah.
You're like, it's been longer. But I mean, I wonder if you think that investors are convinced enough that this is really a turnaround story for Eskom, because this was really a drag on this economy for quite some time.
Look, I talk to investors quite frequently. As a matter of fact, we have another round coming early in October, or it may be moved to the first quarter of the next year. Our story is well understood by them. Our bondholders have watched us over a period of time. I've engaged with them. Last year, they've understood the data points coming out of our business. They're very comfortable. Many of them are asking us as to when are we coming back into the market to raise funding, something that we'll do post FY 28-29 financial year. It's important that we get the business to continue to perform and be investable. So we are very deliberate around that. We engage with rating agencies. We've got our own ambitions. We know our performance impacts the country's rating perspectives, as has been the case now. We are focused on getting an improvement in our own rating. So when we get into the markets, we access cheaper capital. But more than just investors, Eskom has to function for the country. It's important. We know our role is to drive confidence in the economic performance, and we will continue to do that in a role that will be different in a liberalized market, but it will certainly remain an entity of relevance how for many years going forth. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Dr. Chen, maybe you can speak to the Belt and Road Initiative and how power factors into that, power in Africa and that agenda for China. Is this still a priority? Do you see power as being part of the future of the Belt and Road Initiative?
Of course. Our President Xi Jinping not only sponsored the One Belt and One Road initiative, also greatly support the Forum on China and Africa Cooperation, also proposed the 4 global initiatives, the Global Development Initiative, Global Security Initiative, and the Global Civilization Initiative, and Global Governance initiative. We follow the spirit. We follow the common agreement for the bilateral or multilateral cooperation. And Power China is a leading company for the One Belt One Road initiative execution. And now we have business in more than 80 Belt Road Initiative countries. And the amount of the business for the BRI countries, I think, amounts for more than 70%. And then back to Africa, we follow the spirit. Also, we follow the Africa Union 2063 development goals, and also combine the UN goals of renewable energy access for all. We integrate all the strategies together. And also through our more than 6 years development in Africa, we have some experience I want to share here. Firstly, we are changed from individual project development to the industrial sustainable development. We not only focus on the individual project because we are the biggest designer or contractor in the power sector in the world, according to the ENR rankings. So, firstly, we push the master planning for the power sectors in more than 100 developing countries. That means considerate the natural reserve for hydro, for wind, for solar, geothermal, biomass, or tidal, everything renewables, potentials, and meeting the requirement of the load demand, and how to develop the renewable power plants and meet the load demand in the load center, connected with the grid. This is one issue. We can develop projects step by step with a sustainable way. The second idea, I think we pay great attention to the ESG and the green development. And maybe we are the first batch of Chinese company. We follow the international standards to establish the ESG management system. Also, maybe we are first guy, Chinese guy, to issue the ESG report and apply for the grading, not only for the Chinese domestic agencies, but also for the international agencies like a feature. We run good grade for grade 2, the second highest grade. Also for green, before 2016, we have some coal-fired business. But after that, follow the instruction from MDBs and from the government, we stopped the new business for coal-fired. And we moved to gas-fired, we moved to hydro, and then moved to wind and solar.
Right.
So the last one, I think the most important one, is my feeling. I worked in Africa for more than 25 years. We insist on the long-term partnership with Africa. Not one period, not one specific country or specific market or individual projects. Because life is that, the economy is that, sometimes good, sometimes not good. As Charles Dickens mentioned in the Twin City, today is the best time is the worst time. But anyway, now, at present, I do believe in terms of economic growth is the worst time. If we look back, lots of developing countries, especially African countries, they are suffering from sovereign debt risk. Many central government or federal government, they are busy with the debt restructuring, how to survive from the debt problems. In this way, we are still here, and we will increase our investment here. We cannot say we are rich, but we'll try our best. Maybe contribute $1 or $1 here. And if all the guys in Africa, outside Africa, they can collect some money here to support not only for construction, the EPC, but also for the investment and for the R&D, and to enhance the capability building here. I do believe the African market will be or must be the most prosperous market in the world.
Dr. Chen, Dan, thank you so much. We have to leave it there. Thank you. Please join me in thanking these two. And we want to thank all of you for joining the Bloomberg Africa Business Summit. We hope you enjoyed the day of conversations, our inaugural summit, as we keep saying. Thanks again to our speakers, our last two speakers here, and our moderators, all of you who tuned in, and especially this audience, because you were all engaged. You all seem to be listening and continue to listen. We also, though, do want to hear your feedback if you do have anything to share. And we, of course, have a QR code for that. So you can scan here to complete the survey. Let us know what you think. Please be honest, because we hope to bring this, again, at least a convening to a certain extent of a lot of like-minded folks who are invested in the continent, like many of our guests today are. And you can also watch back any part of this event at bloomberglive.com, and you can also view it on demand, which is great. And there's also a QR code behind me that offers a Bloomberg terminal free trial. I think, is it going to be there? It should come. Feel free to check it out. I hope maybe we'll get there, but we use the terminal day in, day out, and we hope that you will be able to try it out for just a bit and give us a sense of what you think about it. But thank you all so much. There is a networking reception outside of the room. Again, thank you all. Thank you, guys. Thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you.